all good there. So let's kick this off, man. Where do you want to begin? I got there goes an alert. Something's going off here. Let me pull up my trading view.
I'll share my video what's going on. I'm curious to see what alert you just got.
I just got a sell alert now. 10 minutes ago, I got a buy alert on gold.
You just got a sell alert for which time frame?
Time frame is the 5 minute.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah. So.
Yep, I just saw it. All right, so I got in. On the, where is it? On the 1 hour, where'd it go? We had a 1 hour gold. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I got in on this. So I had marked it. I had marked up my charts this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, I cleared everything, and this was a demand zone. Demand zone there, demand zone here, supply zone here. That was my first three markups. Okay, nice. So those two demand zones flipped, and that is not what I meant to do. Give me a split second. That's.
I'm like, wow, you're getting close on this one.
For the video. I'm getting old, but I'm not that old. There we go. And actually, there we go. All right, so I did that, and then I went through and I marked over here. So we have, zoom out here. We had this low, and we had this base that hadn't been broke. So I marked those up, and then this base was created right here.
Yeah.
Now, when I logged in and when I went to go back in, this is right after I created this. This was pulled back into this demand zone. So I waited for it to hit the back wall, and I just waited to see if it pushed down through, to see if it bounced down to here, and it did it and started to turn around. So I got in like right about in the middle of this demand zone. Nice. This supply zone, which is going to turn to a demand zone if that continues. Now, if you look at this, TP1's already been hit, but we have the 200 and the 10 as a double confirmation. So this was an area I was looking at, but it seems to be pushing through to this supply zone.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little, I typically would get out right here, somewhere in the supply zone, but I did see that it did break the 20. 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 So I was curious to see if it would break the 20 and go up closer to this TP2, which is roughly 5,200. I think it's 51.99, 114 or something. But I set it to 5,200. Now look where TP3 is. It's 52.21.
Yeah, that's up there. That's at the high.
It is, and we're just below the high here, but we're below this liquidity zone, sell side liquidity zone, which is formed from here. So I am going to kind of read it up to here. If it goes up to the 20 and it starts bouncing off the 20, I'm going to get out. If it pushes through the 20, I'm going to get out at 5,200 right here. Part of me wants to see if it's going to go through here, but I'll take the win. I'm up 44.70 right now. So
nice. And if it were me, I'll tell you, I would have taken the win once it hit the front wall.
Yeah,
I've been pretty conservative in that. So the fact that it's hitting the back wall or right there, I would personally get out, but that doesn't. I mean, it could easily go to the 20 and go past. So it's up to you. But I definitely would get out at this point if it were me.
I have my finger on the close button. I'm probably to manually close it. It's like just waiting to see. I just want to see if it's going to push to the 20.
Can you put your stop loss up to the front wall?
I can.
And that way, if it starts to retract, you don't even have to think about it. And if it doesn't retract and it goes, then you are in great shape.
What is the front wall? Where are we at? Front wall is, let's say 51.8. Let's call it 51.89.
It looks like you're right, because it looks like it is going past. So that's perfect. I mean, you can't lose at this point.
Right.
As long as you've got your stop loss in profit territory.
Yep, I just moved it into 51.89.
Yeah.
So that's a good idea. But we'll see. But that's here we go. There we go. Keep on going.
You know, you can, worst case, you keep moving up the stop loss. It doesn't matter because I mean the stop profit at this point.
Yep.
But that's a great position to be in. You could just, as long as you can pay attention, you can keep riding it. But you'll be good.
Yeah. So I am trying to be. Well, I've been a lot more not conservative, but more intelligent with my decisions. I got in on a couple on Sunday night that I normally wouldn't have done.
Okay.
But I was like, this could be a huge win. Like this could be like a $800 win if you're right. It also could potentially knock you down to like $20 if you're wrong.
Yeah.
The risk was worth the reward. And what I did wrong is I wanted the massive win, and I should have got out when I was up like $60. But I was going for like a high 3-figure win.
Yep.
So I did a long-term play, and yeah, it didn't quite do what I wanted, but I mean, it was good. It just wasn't quite what I wanted.
Yep.
So, but that was a thing, and I was like, why did I even get on this on a Sunday night? Like, but there's so much. You typically don't do this on a Sunday night at 6. I guess that's a gold sell.
There's a sell on gold.
Yeah, but I just got out.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. Well, you get some good profit there.
Yeah. What did we get? We got, let's see, I think it was like 60. Yeah, 52.90. It dropped back, but that's still good.
Yeah. No, that's good. So the trade that we did the other day, just I wanted to sort of recap for that because and it fits in with what I was just talking about, although that was a little funky. So the trade we did the other day, you and I, we got in, we thought we got into it at a good place, but we were in drawdown quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I know I certainly was. But I had my stop loss low enough and I had the margin. So I was like, okay, I know it's going to turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's a question of when, and worst cases, I can lose X, right? I don't remember what X was, but it doesn't matter. It wasn't triple digits. It was still double. So I was like, all right. So I have my stop loss in a good place. And then throughout the day, I had all kinds of stuff going on. I was busy. So I really couldn't watch it. I finally gets into profit territory. I'm like finally making money on it. Not a ton, but I was making money. And all of a sudden I get an alert because this is on a buy, right?
Yep.
So I get an alert from Einstein that says sell on gold. I'm like, oh, I just got into profit territory. But I knew I couldn't stay watching it.
Right.
And it was going to happen. So I sold for a profit, just a small profit.
Yep.
But I didn't lose. I only made a few bucks. Right.
Yep.
But because one of the things I've seen that I was doing for a while, and I lost a bunch of money doing it, was I would kind of do what you were just doing and watching, saying, okay, I think it's going to go up to here. And it never quite hits where my TP is, my take profit. And then it drops and it goes in the other direction and I lose. Mm-hmm. Right. So, so I got a little bit more conservative. Said, okay, I know where I want to have my take profit. But once I'm at this point, because I know it could potentially turn here, I'm gonna, and that definitely has turned back down. I am going to move my TP, so at least I'm in profit. And then when I can move it where I'm in profit for like $40 or something like that, to me that's gorgeous, right?
Yep.
Obviously, if I was doing larger lot sizes, that'd be 400 or 4,000, and that will be gorgeous when I'm doing that. But heck, I do $4,000 a trade any day, mm-hmm. Right? So, but that's sort of my philosophy. It's like I look at, if I get in on the back wall, but I typically get out at the front wall, if that makes sense. Because I don't know for sure if the front wall is going to kick it back or not.
Yeah. And I think that's intelligent. And so I've been playing it 2 different ways lately. And this is part of the whole trial and error. And this is what's important about just pushing the button and learning.
Yeah.
I've experienced the same losses. The majority of my losses came from it just coming I'm below my take profit and then turning around and me
Hmm.
getting not slammed, but it didn't feel pleasant. So yeah, rule number one: don't lose money. And so yeah, I've lost money by that. So I was trying to figure out, what's the magic way of handling it, and there is no magic way of handling it. But I look at it in two different scenarios now. Exactly what you said. Can I manage and maintain it? Can I be active or passive? If I'm passive, I do exactly what you just said. Set it to a point where I'm very confident. It might be slightly above TP1, depends on if the structure there, but I'm typically at TP1 or I'm at structure slightly above TP1. And I'm pretty rigorous about it. Now, with that being said, if I'm active, I will take a look and see where it's going to go, and I'll put my take profit a little bit higher than I normally would because I have the ability to have my finger on the close button and
Yeah.
monitor it.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing a little differently, and that's been working in my favor. The other thing I've been doing is on Euro USD, for example, and
Yeah.
this has been, I mean, it's been working decent, but I'm not doing big money right now. But I'm trying to hedge, um, basically, well, what I'm trying to get across right here. So actually, this one right here, yeah, I'm going to get in on that. Buy. No, yeah. Okay.
Wow, that buy is below the entry point.
Yep, that's why I'm getting in.
And I haven't charted this one yet today. Your charts support that?
My charts are, let's see. So if I pull up here. So we have, I'm gonna erase it and we can do it live.
Okay.
All right. So I would start right here. Here's a demand zone.
Oh,
We're in a 1 hour time frame, so 1 hour demand zone. Okay, that is. And I just chart it as it is, and then I'll go look to see if it's been flipped. But the first thing I do is just chart it as is.
Yep.
I just find that simpler. Okay, here's a supply zone.
Well, don't you have isn't that a demand zone right there? I'm sorry. Hold on. I can't tell when you finish doing what you're doing. No, that's a supply. Yeah, that's right. Because oh no,
Right
that's
here. This is a demand zone.
Where's the market right now? I can't tell on that screen for some reason.
Oh, sorry. Market's down here.
Oh, okay. So I was looking at it and I said, all right, what about
right here? That's another demand zone.
No, if you go down, oh, that's right, because we're up. So no, you're good. You're good. I was looking in the other direction.
All right, so I'm going to go here and mark this as a demand zone. 1 hour demand zone. Okay, so that's a supply zone. That's a demand zone right here. And first, before I do this one, I'm going to see how many times has this been broken. Once, twice, 3 times. So this one's gone. So I'm not even going to. And the reason why I'm doing that is because this is one right here. And I don't want them overlapping.
Yeah.
1 hour demand zone. Okay. That's a supply zone right here. How many times has this been broken? Once. So I'm going to leave this because this is within this zone here that's been flipped. So I'm going to right click on that and do supply zone flipped. That one's still a supply zone. This one has not been broken. That's still a demand zone. This one has been broken and is a supply zone. I don't think that's half. I'm pretty sure it's not, but I'll show everyone how we do it. Fib retracement. Go from the top here to the bottom here. I'm going to change my template to Fib 50. Nope.
Nope, not quite.
Okay, so that one doesn't work as I expected. But that's good. All right, so that's where we are now. The only other thing I'm going to do is where are the lows. So we have a low here. Support and low. Here's another low here. We got a base here. Not if I keep on moving around. There we go. It is funny. I mean, because just things have changed so much. There's comments I go to make sometimes, and I've learned to like pause before I make a comment that I would have made 100 times years ago.
Yep.
Because you just need to be a lot more sensitive. And I definitely didn't have the sensitive bone when I was younger. So I did in certain ways, but just I didn't think of my comments through as much as I should have. Let's put it like that. So nowadays, I just was about to say something, and I'm like, nope, there's no way that comes across good in any way, shape, or form. That actually could potentially offend somebody. So we're never going to say that again. Check that off into the retired comments list. All right. Alt J here. So right here we have a support, resistance line, and high. All right. So this is pretty much how I'm going to leave it.
Yeah, I think you did great. I was just watching you. It's like, yep, he's hitting them.
All right. And see, this is coming down to the demand zone.
Yeah, that's so it's interesting because I looked at that entry point. I'm like, all right, great. We can get in below the entry. That's good. But as I was watching it and as we were able to take the time to do this charting, it's like, wait a minute. First of all, we got the zone right there. And second, I'd like to take it as a bounce off that zone.
Yep, me too.
So I think I probably won't wait for the back wall on this one, which I usually do. I'm probably going to take it at the front wall.
Yep.
But as soon as I hit, I've already got my purchase, my buy ready to go. I just have to hit the button once.
Yep.
So once it hits there, I'll take it.
Yep. And on this one too, if we look at, what does it say? TP1, it has, where is it? At the back wall. And it's also at the 20.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty solid. I'm sticking with TP1 on this. I'm not trying to go anything past that.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. There's just too much there. I mean, you've got the back wall, so that's a pretty strong zone. You've got the 20 right there, and you already had to get past the 66 and the 10.
Yep.
And the front wall. So
5, 4, 8. I was curious to see where they put their stop loss. They put the stop loss like way down here.
That is some drawdown.
Well, I'm not opposed to it. I'm definitely not for it. So I'm gonna stick it right around here, just below these wicks behind the demand zone.
Yeah. Well, and the zone is held with the past two candles.
Yep. 157.
So I think we're in good shape there. So the only question is, will it come down there? And just being patient, I think it's a good place to be patient. Now, it's interesting. I always watch those. Einstein will flash on and off.
Yeah.
If it just, like, I don't want to say changing its mind, but you could almost say that, right? I mean,
yeah.
So, and I'm liking that predictive pattern with the cross right around 6 p.m. today.
Yeah.
Oh, 4 p.m. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward. That hasn't been put into Einstein yet, correct?
No.
I can see it on mine, but I just didn't know if I missed an update.
Yeah. No. The biggest reasoning being he has to with regards to the predictions and the predictive patterns, he wants to update and take some of the coding and extend it out.
Yeah.
So like right here, we're still good. We're like a few hours in advance, and I think he wants to go further in advance so we can try to see, like up here, there'll be a time for the next expected cross.
Yeah.
Yep. Let me quickly double check on gold for a second while we're waiting on this one.
Yeah, and I was actually going to check the
1 hour buy on gold.
Oh, 1 hour buy on gold. Interesting.
Or is that the same one as before? Nope, that's new. That's as of no, that's a 10:08. That's the one that was before. That's the same one from before.
Yeah. So this
This is the one I was in on.
Oh, okay. That was a nice pickup. That was a nice win. A nice profit.
And right now, I'm just waiting to see, is it going to pull back into this demand zone again? And then is it going to pull back to here? Or is it going to just bounce off the demand zone and we're going to just read it?
Right. So again, folks, by the way, just our little thing we're supposed to say, we are not giving you financial advice. Our whole thing here is we're working to turn $250 into $1 million by learning Forex. We're still newbies. So this is not financial advice. This is not guidance. This is not, hey, you should do this. This is simply us documenting our journey and sharing it live. So we can't quite hide things when you're sharing it live, right?
Nope.
So you're gonna, you'll see the pickups, you'll see the, the profits, you'll see the losses, and hopefully you learn something from it. We certainly are. So, but it's great to sort of talk through this. It's like, what are we really thinking? What do we, it's fun to have somebody that you can do this with.
Yep.
I agree. So it's good in a lot of ways.
Especially where we have we have similar ideas, but we have there's different criteria for when to do things. So I think that we can only both improve and get better by sharing where we're both coming from.
Sorry, that's my GJ alert.
Okay. Well, let's take a look. What is it?
Let's take a look at GJ right now. I'm watching this. What was by the way, before we go to GJ, do me a favor, go back to Euro USD.
Yeah.
And what was that buy-in at?
Front wall 15799.
15799. All right.
And back wall is 15774.
All right. We're like 60 pips away. Thereabouts. Okay. I was just checking to see where it was.
You set up an alert?
I didn't. I should have. I was on my GNT, and so 157.
So here's what I do. I'll show you guys how I create an alert on this one right here. There's a couple different ways, but if I'm going to do it at the front wall, I'm just going to put the mouse over it, click the button over here. I'm going to say alert on USD. Then I have to go to the alerts. I am going to say current symbol. So I know I'm sticking to the one I'm on, and it's typically down the bottom. Yep, there it is. So crossing down is how I want it. And message, Euro USD crossing front wall demand zone. Buy.
So we get the 5 minute, the 3 minute, and the 15 minute. I'll have a positive RSI now. It's heading up.
You see this too? That one's down, but when we were looking at gold a minute ago, gold was slightly above on the 1 hour.
Yeah.
But yep. Sorry. So you said what? The 3 minute is positive. 5 is right at Jerome. Sorry, right at 50 and Jerome.
Yeah.
15 minutes above, heading in the right direction. 30 is still above, but right at it. 45 is just below. 1 hour still below.
Yeah, this particular candle just turned because it's no, actually, this candle just turned positive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the question is, will it come back down? So I don't want to have missed it, but you know that you're going to do that. Go back to the 5 for a second, please. Yeah, it's hit Jerome.
And I will do this too. Sometimes if I want to get a better view on this, if you right click and just do auto fits data, it just auto shows the screen a little bit bigger.
Got it.
But that can also impact your other screens.
Yeah.
So just as a heads up for everyone who's watching, if you're not that familiar with TradingView.
Even as you start to get familiar, there's so much built into TradingView.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of wild. All right, so now the 5 looks like it might have turned, but what about the 3? 3's right there, Jerome.
And we just had a cross. The 20 just crossed the 66.
Ah, yes.
Again, I give it a little bit less credence in the lower time frame.
Yeah.
But it's still something to be aware of.
Yeah. So we're about 100 pips off of where we wanted to get in right now.
Yep. And new candle. Let's see how it starts. The candle starts up.
Broke Jerome here.
Yep. The candle starts up.
All right.
So let's see if it stays up. Yeah, it's pushing.
Yeah. I did snag it. I didn't get in where I wanted to get in, but I did snag it. We'll see how good that the Einstein call is. I am in profit, so.
Let's see. See if we can pull back to that candle for me. If we can just do a quick pullback and I'll jump right in. I have my finger on the buy button.
So I want to go. So do me a favor.
Yep.
While you're waiting for that candle, just scroll down a little bit on the
what time frame?
On the 1 hour.
Yep.
If you can. Where is the front wall? The back wall, I should say. Like what number? That's on 15771. All right. And it's in that zone for you.
Yep.
Now it's just a question of, does it make sense for you to do it yet?
Does download it. One more bounce. Got it. I'm in. Let's see. I'll be surprised if it does. Well, we'll see. I'm curious to see if it's going to come all the way back to that demand zone.
Yeah.
I agree with you in some of the movement that we have up here. I mean, it is going back and forth, but.
Yep. Now in a 3 minute, it's heading down.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the thing. I mean, we're looking at it and saying, all right, we're still below the entry from Einstein. So that was one trigger that I was looking at, just based off of technicals. But that zone, I wanted to pick it up in the zone.
Right. Me too.
But if it didn't hit, then I'll take a little bit of profit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so.
And I'm looking at. I mean, this is where the take profit's going to be for me. It's going to be right here at this 1.6.
The 119.
1 point. Yeah, that's where my take profit's going to be. But I'm going to be monitoring it because. What the? Why is that not letting me do that? Hold on. Oh, because I had that not clicked. 16120. Oh.
It's just my TP was just a little shy of that. I'm in the zone, but I'm not. I am past the front wall, but I'm not at the back wall.
Yep. Let's see. Let me go to gold for a split second.
Sure.
So I had got in right around here. once it hit this demand zone. Once
Yeah.
it hit, yeah, because this is now a demand zone. By the way, flipped once. If this candle finishes in the next few minutes, that'll be flipped to a. Because that flipped it right here to a demand zone once. And if that closes above, see, demand zone, supply zone. Actually, no, this is a supply zone because this didn't close above. This closed in. But if that closes above, which I expect it will, then I'm just looking for it to get to right here.
Yeah. Now, and that's, you're not in that trade now, correct?
I am. I'm up
Oh, you are.
$15. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Wow, you're doing a twofer.
Yeah, I had a second laptop up. Oh, what's this? Oh, this is going back to the previous one. All right. I wanted just to hit the 20 and I'm out. So I'm just going to hit the tech profit at the 20. So that's what? 51.94, 515. Okay.
Nice.
And I definitely should set a stop loss on that because crazy things do happen and I don't want them to happen to me.
Yeah.
All right. So 50, we'll
All
do.
key news is out, but we don't know if there's going to be anything else. It was interesting. Once you're set there, let me know. I
Done.
want to take a quick look
All
at
right.
oil.
Yep. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, it's up, but oh, it's down.
Yeah, it's down. Well, it was interesting, and it's funny because I've been paying attention to oil with everything going on, and we were talking about this the other day. But I was watching oil, and I'm like, I think I'm ready to jump in on oil, because they started talking about the putting mines in the Strait of Hormuz,
Mm-hmm.
and it was, I don't know, a couple hours, 2-3 hours later that I heard President Trump say that they were bombing ships, or maybe it was the next day. I don't even know
Right.
when I was starting to follow it, whenever it was, but it was. So they were bombing a whole bunch of ships, and they destroyed like 9 ships or something that were trying to put mines out.
Yeah, I think it was, and I could be off on this, but I thought I heard a total of we've taken out 46 ships.
I think it's over 50 now total.
Is it? Yeah, this data is 3 days, 3 days old that I just recited. So
Yeah.
that I'm not surprised. But I did hear that too, that there was that major concern about mining in
Yeah.
the strait, especially where it's tight, and that we just proactively took out pretty much their Navy and Air Force. Their Navy and Air Force is not doing well.
No, that's a nice way to put it.
We'll say they've had better days.
It has had better days. Yep. But that is what it is. But from an oil perspective, it was interesting because if you look at just even the timing, because we had a huge drop, and I don't know because I wasn't paying as much attention to the timing of when I heard what, but which of those is correlating? I'd love to go back and look at the news and say, when certain things were first released, like the information about the mining, and then all of a sudden, because it was probably right around there, went up, and then we heard that we're going to start to remove those ships.
Let's look at this too. I mean, right here. This is the height of everything.
Yeah.
We were talking about this the other day when it went up to 120 on Sunday.
Yeah. What is the all-time high on oil?
That's a good question. Let's go to the weekly. I assume this. Let's see, 130. Let's see.
I am bummed, and it came down to our wall.
Did it?
It did.
147. I want to say that's it, by the way. Yeah, 147. 147 and change.
So that was back in 2008.
Yep. Euro USD. Wow. Hold on. Yeah, it's just.
That's easy to read.
Oh my gosh. All right. Let's get back to current time. Actually, there's a way to get to current time. What is it? Right here? No. Right here? No. Where is this thing to click on? It takes you right to current time.
I don't know.
See, I'm learning. But there's a button we can go to. No, that's not it.
How about if you clicked on the time?
Yeah, there's a something we can click on right here that takes you right to current time.
That was my buy alert that just went off, by the way.
Okay, for Euro.
Yeah.
Good.
So definitely hit what we wanted it to hit.
Yep.
It was like right there because I set my alerts just a little bit early.
Yep.
Just so I can log in and get, make sure that I'm there. But I'm going to remove that now.
Yep. So I'm in drawback like $1.90 right now on that, but that's fine.
Yep. Yeah, we're about the same place. But yeah, I mean, we have a solid stop loss where it should be because we're behind that wall, the back wall, and we fully expect it's going to go up in the other direction. So we're good.
Yeah.
But had we been patient, and I'm the one who pulled the trigger first. So, but had we been patient, we actually could have gotten an extra $2 roughly on that trade, depending on what, lot size.
Yep.
So, yeah, so that would have been helpful. Not that, $2 is just, something that we're learning on, but
no, but I'll say this. I mean, I'm going to kind of be a contrarian to a little bit. If it wasn't $2, if it was $200 that I was going to hedge on this, if I was going to place on this, I would have waited. I just got the front wall alert. I would have waited for it to go into the demand zone.
Yeah.
But because it's a few bucks, I'm like, which is kind of not how I should be doing it. The more that I kind of think about it, because I should just establish one habit.
Yeah.
And that's how I'm going to proceed. I'm just calling myself out for a second as I'm realizing that it still was a good decision.
Yeah.
Like I'm very comfortable with the decision, but if I was dealing with higher value, I would have waited.
Right. But that's, and again, that's some of the stuff that we want to share. It's like we were thinking and saying, okay, we need to wait till it hits that zone. And then hitting the back wall. Like I said, I was not going to wait. I was not going to wait until it hit the back wall. I was going to take it at the front wall because I wasn't sure if it was even going to hit there. I thought it would, but I wasn't sure, if it would go to the back wall. Right. Just based off the previous candles. But it did. It hit the back wall. And so we could have gotten, like I said, a few extra dollars out of the trade.
Yep.
Although it's fairly close to the stop loss that we have set.
But something like this too, even if it hit my stop loss, I wouldn't be opposed to getting out and then just getting right back in. There are times where I'll do that. I also have no problem with if I'm that confident on this. Like I am pretty darn confident on it. Yep. Try to take my stop loss and drop it back a little further.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's 1 hour. Okay.
So it looks like tomorrow we are going to report on what this trade did.
Yep.
Everybody coming in, this is. I was thinking this would be a relatively short trade, but nope, not as short. So, but so far, good day for you, and I'm expecting a good day myself. Yeah, definitely turning around in the right direction. Let's see it head all the way up.
And 66 just crossed the 10.
Yes. Yeah. So, I do think that we're in good shape there.
Yep.
So I will. Let's finish with just inviting. Hey, look, I just want to invite all of you, anyone who's watching this. Like we said, we're learning, right? We are learning. We're sharing. But the goal here is to take $250. We'll get small wins, we'll get big wins, we're going to get some losses. It's par for the course as we learn. But we are going to turn that 250 into $1 million. It's a question of how long that takes us. All right. Yep. As people, Mike and I neither one of us has ever traded Forex before we started doing this. And this is now a few months, and we've learned a ton. I mean, when we first started learning, we were not even trading. Then we started trading on paper, which means we're trading basically monopoly money, right? But now we're using real money, and it's just a question of how long this journey takes. And the beautiful thing is we're just learning all along the way. So it's good stuff.
Yeah.
So
the only thing, I was gonna say one last thing quick. The other thing that I said is because we are using real money, we also have the ability to use paper still. So like, for example, if I want to see how much drawback does a 0.1 gold trade have. So I know that if I want to be trading 0.1, that I got to know that my balance in there has to be at least X. So you have the ability to not have to guess and not have to ask someone else. You can take live and observe and watch and understand. You can get a feel for when you're doing stuff and how it feels. So, I mean, it's the best of both worlds. I mean, we have excellent training. We have a phenomenal community, and even just sharing this information back and forth, I feel like I get better just by understanding how you approach things and adopting what works for me, and then sticking to what I do for the things that I like that I do. So it's a combination of the two. It's that mastermind principle. The more people you have sharing, doing it together, the better you become in one unified mastermind. So
100%. And you just taught me another new thing, because I wasn't even thinking about it from that perspective, using paper money, let's say on gold, and seeing what a reasonable drawdown might be in some of these trades that we're doing at 0.1 or even at 1.0. Right. I mean, I want to be trading a lot higher than 1.0. I'd like to trade at 25 or 50. I mean, think about it. Not fractions, but wholes.
Yeah.
But you've got to have the money in there to do it. And so we started at $250.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you a whole lot of room for a trade. If you're going to take it at $25, it's a whole lot easier when you're taking it at 10 cents or 20 cents or 30 cents. You can get a lot more mistakes that you make that aren't going to cost you a lot that way. So
I'm also very curious to see the 250 to 1,000, that leap. There's a lot of learning because you're so new. Yep. I'm curious to see how exponentially faster the next iterations are, the next Forex jumps. And I'm curious to see if some of them aren't as big as I expect. I'm just curious to see, but I expect they will be. I expect with the knowledge that we have and that we're just using bigger lot sizes, so the gains are going to be quicker. We're going to have a loss there. But if we're winning 3 out of 4 and we're profiting on 3 out of 4, then we're going to be in a good spot.
Oh, yeah.
So
and you make $500 a trade times 3, that's $1,500. You lose 5, you made $1,000 for the day.
Yep.
I mean, that's okay. You build it up, and now instead of 1,000, it's 10,000. It's just ratcheting up those numbers.
Yep.
So yeah, but this first learning part, man, there's a lot to learn.
It is.
So but it's good stuff. So well, hey, thanks, Mike, and I appreciate being able to share stuff with you, and you sharing the stuff that you share with me, because it definitely makes me better.
Same here.
It's been good, man. All right. So look, folks, we'll be back tomorrow approximately 10:15 a.m. Eastern time. But join us in this quest. Go to q2am.com and fill out the form there. You'll be able to join us. One of us will reach out to you when we get a chance, and then we will get you set up to be able to join us in the quest. So have a great day.